already know what it is. Jay Williams, let's live life, and we're back. So you want to be a bully. Of all places, you want to try to go to prison and bully people. You ain't trying to be an alpha male. You trying to be the alpha male. You going to be in there picking on other people. Let me tell you this, man, and I stand by what I'm about to say. Don't ever judge a book by its cover. Don't ever look at somebody and think that because you're bigger than them, you can beat them. Don't ever think that looking at them, you know what they've been through. A lot of times the fight ain't won by what's here or by what's here. It's won by what's in here. I've met men that didn't look angry, that were filled with rage, and they smiled and they joked, and every day was just seemed cool until the first time you saw them snap. And you saw everything they'd been holding in come out. Guys will go to prison and think they can bully others, like the guy in today's story, like Trapper, the Trap, and they will until they run across the right person. They'll extort, they'll rob, they'll hurt people, they'll physically harm other men until they find the right one. Trap had to find out the hard way. He was known for bullying. Go take from the weak. But I gotta be honest, he ain't discriminate but so much. And you'll see that in today's story. Going cell to cell, taking this from that person, taking advantage of your new cellmate, picking fights with random dudes, trying to extort dudes, trying to get over. And then, of all people, you would never expect to whoop him. Whooped him. And not just whooped him, but whooped him and whooped him decent for everybody to see. You wanted to be a bully, huh? You wanted to run your mouth, huh? You wanted to steal and extort, huh? Prison bully thought he was going to rob the boy. And found out real quick. Just because they say he's sweet, don't mean he's sweet. Two different meanings there. Now you got to walk around with the reputation of being the one that got by the boy. Prison bully dealt with the story of Trap. You know I'd seen it. You know I done lived it. So let's relive it. Now with the guy in today's story, there's a bunch of different stories I could do on Trap. Different fights I seen him get into, extortions I saw, robberies I saw, the things he would do just in his day-to-day life of being incarcerated. And I'm going to sprinkle some of those stories into today's story. And I always like to give y'all a descriptive detail of what the person looked like. Trap's a big dude. He's not the big Debo wide-body dude, but he's just like a big athletic-ass dude. More of, I wouldn't say NFL, maybe more Major League Baseball type figure. Not super skinny, but got those bowling ball shoulders, big biceps, just an overall very fit dude. But he had a balled up face. Face always looked like he had just ate a chit sandwich. Like his face just stayed mad. Like somebody ain't love him as a child. Somebody ain't hug him. Somebody did him real dirty. Life must have been hard because the man never smiled. Even in joking, he would laugh, but he wouldn't produce a smile. That's psychotic now I think about it. Medium complexion. When I say medium, not chocolate, not light skin, a little bit lighter, maybe like cocoa. And he kept these little naughty ass knots twisted in the top of his head. Always had this, you'd see him sitting there and he'd just be twisting. Just sitting there twisting. Then you go to the next one, twist. Them things are tight, boy. You ain't gonna get them no tighter. At 6'1", 230, that's a good sized dude. I remembered seeing this dude around the prison. Now, he lived upstairs. The building I was in at the time had 4 different pods. You had one here, and then there was a staircase that went upstairs, and there was 2 more upstairs. I'd see him in passing. Never really kicking it with nobody, usually mumbling, grumbling, yelling at somebody. Hey, what's up with that little money you owed me? Very aggressive dude. And there's some guys you're going to run across in prison, you just think to yourself, damn, I'm glad I don't live around that guy. I'm glad, I have to see him, but I don't have to wake up and see him every single day. There's a chance I might not see him today. When you live around somebody, you're going to see them on a day-to-day basis. And if you don't like them, too bad. You're still going to see them have to deal with all the shit they do in life. Now, one of the first times I ever actually dealt with Trap, he irritated me right out the gate. A lot of times the back gates, we have these gates at the back of the pod, and there's a staircase that goes up. That's like for emergencies, fire escape. You can use it to go to wreck, things of that type of nature. But we had figured out a way to pop these gates open so we could travel from one pod down the staircase to the next pod, but they couldn't get the downstairs doors open. So you could come out, come down, yell through, pass stuff back and forth, shoot back upstairs, and go back into your pod. Guards didn't know about it. Now, at the time, my cell is all the way in the back. There's cell 20, then there's 21, then there's this gate I'm telling you about. I'm in 20. 21's next, so it's about maybe an 8-foot span before you get to that gate. I'm coming across the pod, going in my cell, and I hear somebody yell, hey, hey. Really loud, really aggressive. Hey! I look around and I pinpoint it. He's standing at the gate. Hey, tell them I said come to the gate, man. Yell up and tell such, come to the gate. I'm walking with a bowl of soup. I keep walking. Going in my cell, put it down. He catches somebody else walking by and they go get the dude. This dude goes down there, they stand at the back gate and they're arguing. And he's telling this dude, I did hit. I played the ticket. You should have a master sheet. I did hit. The dude's telling him, you didn't hit. What he's arguing about is a parlay ticket. We get these little slips in prison, over, under, just like you would out here in the streets, right? So he's trying to tell this dude that a ticket he played hit. And this dude now owes some money. The dude's telling him, you ain't playing no ticket. I did play the ticket. Well, show me the ticket. And let me show me something. You ain't even got one of my stubs from yesterday. I did play the ticket. I hit. Show me your ticket. I ain't got the ticket no more, but you know I hit. You got a master sheet. You write down everybody who played, how much they put up, what their ticket was, yada, yada, yada. That's a master sheet. Trapper is 100% running game on this dude. He's down there more or less trying to extort him, but trying to make it seem like he's in the right. So in other words, you're going to somebody saying, hey, you owe me, I won, and you really didn't even play the game. It's another form of extortion. So he tells dude again, so you're saying you're not going to pay me. That's what you're saying. You're saying you're not going to pay me. You're saying I'm beat. If that's what it is, let me know. Tell me I'm beat. Go ahead, tell me you ain't going to pay me. Now, the dude that's arguing with Trap, I don't remember his name, but he's a bigger dude, too. He's not no slouch. He ain't no dude that's just going to be, okay, here's $20. Just no conflict. You win. I don't want no problem. Stays calm. Tells him, I'm going to check the master sheet. As I've said, hold on. He goes up the staircase to 7 after 45 seconds. He's back down there. Hey, look, man, you ain't playing no ticket. Now, somebody ain't. I gave the money. Somebody ain't turned the ticket in. Who you got the ticket from? One of your little runners. He ain't got but 2 dudes that sells tickets. So somebody would know if he gave them commissary. You don't just forget somebody coming up and saying, hey, here's the money for that ticket. Says, bro, you ain't playing no ticket. That's dead. So what you say? I'm going to have to come down there and just take it? Come down here and try to take it if you want to. But you ain't about to take shit off me. We're going to see. When them doors pop up front, I'm coming to holler at you. Well, I guess you're going to have to come holler at me then. He walks off. Trap's still at the back yelling, puss, blah, blah. He's now trying to use the fear tactic on this dude, thinking that if he can scare him, threaten him, do all the things above, that this guy will, all right, here you go. You know what, man, on second thought, your voice and just the way you put angry words together now has me scared. Here's the money. Didn't work that way. A little bit later in the evening, they call standby for chow. Everybody's waiting up front. It's a good day for the meal they got served. And right outside the gate in the front stands Trap. The pot upstairs has already went to eat. Instead of him going back upstairs when he came back to the building, he's now standing in the front, waiting on us to come out. They call chow. Not like I've said in the past. At the time, I didn't know I was going to be a YouTuber. Probably should have hung around, could have got a little more descriptive of what happened. But I went on the chow. So now I'm in there and I'm eating. Sitting down talking to my homeboys and them, just doing what we do. Another day of stupidity, another day of being locked up. Life sucks. When I see the guard that pats us down when we come in the chow hall, do like this, look over at the building, and take off in the direction of the building. So these two are back in the pod just going at it. Trap has done ran up in there. Trap's done tried to take the boy's commissary. He done ran up and said, tried to apply pressure on him, hooked off on him, and now they're straight rumbling behind this. So now I go ahead and throw my tray in the chuck hole. I want to make my way back to the building because now I'm on a mission to be nosy. No sooner I get in the pod, the other dude the Trap is fighting with is laying on the floor and he's getting up. Savage, just all messed up. And they got Trap, he's still resisting. It's like 4 officers on him. Boom, they finally get him cuffed. They take him up out of there. The other dude, he gets up, takes a couple steps, stumbles, and falls back down on the ground. They get him up, start looking at his face. They start screaming for us to lock in immediately. The other dude gets up, he's leaking. He'll split the side of his head. I don't know if he split it when he kicked him. I don't know if it was when he fell. I just know the side of his head is open, there's a gash. He's lumped up, he's got other bruises, knots on him. Typical fight in prison. That would be the end of that. People said that when the guards come running in and they tried to grab the 2 of them and separate them, they pulled the one dude aside, Trap broke away from the guards, punched the dude, dropped the dude, kicked the dude in the face. Boom, puts him all the way out. At which point we come in, dude's trying to get up, and they're handcuffing Trap. We're going about our business like nothing's ever happened. It's just prison. Just a fight. It happens a lot. So we get this new boy in the pod. Tall ass. Next to Marvin, which we used to call Lil Mama. Dude I used to call Marvin Gaye. Just joking. Don't get mad at the word gay. But next to Lil Mama, this new boy is one of the tallest boys I had ever seen. And he seemed to be very well known. Because he walks in and the other boys, oh no, they start... This is Chris Stahl, also known as Chris, but in here, he's Chris Stahl. That tells you how long ago this was when Chris Stahl was still a thing. Remember the champagne, It was a big deal. But Chris is no longer Chris. Now Chris is Chris Stahl. And this is by far one of the lankiest, tallest, light-skinned dudes I've met thus far as being a boy is concerned. Now, what I did know is that Chris Stahl could throw hands. That I had heard from other people. Man, y'all remember we was saying hands, he fought both them dudes and trashed them. Hey, man, when he went in the cell, like, No sooner this dude comes in, everybody starts talking. Hey, boy can rumble. He's a boy. That boy can rumble. I've heard that before. He moves up in a cell on the top tier. They put him in a cell with another boy, and we just go back to business as usual. It's prison. We fast forward, right? We get new guys coming in the pod. Some are coming from other prisons. Some are coming from other buildings. We got a couple that are coming from the hole. In comes Big Trap, a.k.a. The Trap. I'd always pay attention to who's coming in. I might know this guy. Might have done time with him. Might have went to school with him. Might know him from jail. Might know him from the streets. I might know somebody. I'm looking to see who's coming in, and then he comes through the door. You can't mistake the dude. He's tall. He's built like, and we got Trap in the pod. Some dudes are happy about it. You got some dudes I think that understood Trap a little bit more, or just maybe they pretended to like the dude. A couple dudes, hey Trap, what up? Not really saying nothing. They end up putting him in the cell with this young mixed dude. This young mixed dude was, we're talking 21, maybe 22, could have been 20. He's in his early 20s, and he doesn't really bother nobody. He likes to sit out the table and draw, makes his couple phone calls a week, stays out the way for the most part, goes out, walks the track with his headphones on, makes his little meals. He ain't been here maybe 2-3 months. Not a lot of people talk to him, more of a quiet guy. They put Trap in the cell with him. He goes on up to the cell. Hey, who's in the cell with me? Dude sitting at the table, hey, turns around, he looks. Oh, hell no. Oh, they put Trap in the cell. A lot of these bully type dudes, first thing they're gonna do is they gonna push authority and try to take that bottom bunk. Hey, I need you to come up off that bottom bunk. I'm too big. Ain't about to be climbing on top. Now, this dude ain't about to fight with Trap. What does he do? He goes in, moves all his stuff, rearranges his entire life because this dude's a bully. Now, we saw his property when he came in. There's a bunch of clear bags. There's a bunch of clothes, stuff like that, legal mail, your cosmetics, but you ain't see no food up in the bags. I ain't see no food in the bags, and I was looking with my looking ass. He's up there, he gets his stuff put away in the cell. He got no TV because they took it when he went to the hole last time. Because the TV he had when he went to the hole had somebody's name on it. I'm going to assume he probably took from him because he's a bully. But a little bit of time goes by, and he comes out the cell with his big Tupperware bowl. It's not, I'm not going to say big, but bigger than what we got on commissary. And we all know that's his cellmate's bowl. We've seen this dude eat out that bowl. Other inmates have tried to buy it. Wherever he was at before this, he somehow got that bowl. It was probably an officer's lunch bowl they brought in. Somehow the lunch got stolen, he got the bowl. But Trap ends up coming out the cell with this boy's bowl. Soup's all broke up in it, got the cheese in it, summer sausage in it, sliced pickle in it. Meanwhile, his cellie is sitting at the table. The boy has not been in the cell since Trap went in there and put all the stuff on the bunk, put everything away, he started putting his stuff where it goes. So he couldn't have said, hey, you can have this. Nah, he took it upon himself. Let's see what this youngin' got, man. Go through his stuff, crush his soups up. We got some pickle. Let me get some pickle. We got some. Let me cut the summer sausage up. He just got in here. He didn't even ask his cellmate. He took the boy's bowl and mixed up a whole entire bowl shot to throw in the microwave. Trap goes over there, puts the hot water in, throws it in the microwave. Now, Cristal lives in the cell right next to him. Now, like I told y'all, this younger dude is sitting at the table just drawing. Somebody walks by. Nobody really wants to be the snitch. I don't know if you even call this snitching. Your cellie's stealing your stuff. The new guy's stealing your stuff. Somebody walks by the table, just kind of knocks on it. And when he looks at dude like, look over at the microwave type thing without saying it. You may not know what you're looking for when you look over there, but something's going to stand out. The first thing he sees is this dude's got his bowl. He may not have known at the time that it was his commissary, but what became apparent real quick was this dude wasn't going to do anything about it. He just kind of looked again, looked at dude, and just went back to drawing. Probably thinking in his mind, great, my entire bid just changed, man. Who did just put in a cell with me? I had a good cellmate. He's gone. I got this dude. Damn, I hate bullies, man. I can't stand the bully. The Trap was a greaseball. When I said greaseball, a whole entire just human piece of shit. Right after making the food, you would think he's going to go talk to somebody, go up in his cell, do whatever he's going to do. He goes and sits at the table with the young boy, stirring his stuff up, blowing on his food, stirring it. And he starts talking to him. I don't know what he talked to him about. I don't know what he said. For all I know, he could have been like, it's my food. But I don't even think it was food related. He just starts making conversation with him. This is his cellmate. Maybe trying to get a feel for him. Maybe trying to see if he's going to say anything about the fact that he knows that's his bowl and his food you got in front of him. He's talking to the dude, and the dude just is sitting there sketching and like would look up at the bowl. That would set the tone for how things were going to be with Trap in the pod now. His cellie wouldn't be the only one. Say he wanted something sweet. He's going to look around for somebody that he thinks he can bully, and he's going to go to the cell, hey, let me get a Snickers. Hey, let me get a honey bun. Let me get a pack of them duplex cookies. Nah, the other ones. Not the lemon ones. He's going to push his weight. I literally saw this man ask somebody for something one time. They told him I ain't got it, and he pushed him to the side, went in and took it, mushed him in the face when he walked out the cell. Like, don't lie to me when I'm trying to take stuff from you. We would go to the store at this place every 2 weeks, and then it would cycle to where it would be every 3 weeks. So we go 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks, then we wouldn't go again for 3 weeks. So when you go to the store, your ass better buy what you need because you're not going back over there for a while. The best you could do was get with somebody in another building and say, hey, look, we ain't been to commissary in 3 weeks, bro. Throw 10 soups on there, 10 this and 10 that, and I got you when we go to the store. And if you had a home with another building, you could make it work like that. But then you still had to smuggle the stuff from the yard back into your building. You should have no commissary on you coming in the building. If you get caught with it, the guards usually take it. So we hadn't been to commissary in a while. We ended up going on lock. We're on lock for 2 weeks during the investigation. Got people from the outside coming in, gang investigators coming in, prison investigators coming in. You got all these different people coming in trying to investigate what happened. We stay on lock for 2 weeks. It was literally a couple days before we went to the store. We had like 2-3 days left till we went to commissary. We hadn't been in 3 weeks. So now we go on lock for 2 weeks. It's been 5 weeks. There's no coffee in here. We can smoke at the time. There's no cigarettes. There's none of that floating around. We be yelling out, hey, when we coming off lock? Oh, what about when are we coming off lock? Hey, look, they ain't said nothing. They done with the shakedowns. Y'all supposed to be coming off soon. That's all I know. Dudes keep inquiring. Hey, y'all coming off after count, man. Y'all come off this evening after count. No sooner than that announcement got made and that guard let everybody know we coming off that evening, this dude Trap starts yelling around. Hey, who in here got something sweet? Who got some coffee? Here's the certain little dudes. Hey, you got some coffee down there? Not, hey, what's up, bro? You got some coffee? Hey, you got some coffee down there? All aggressive like. Dude tells him, nah, we messed up down here. We ain't got nothing. Oh, all right, I see what it is. I see what it is. Bro, it ain't even nothing like that. We ain't got nothing down there. We can't give you something we ain't got. Come on, Trap. You know if I had it, I'd give it to you. Yeah, I know it. I know. Hey, sir, you got some coffee. He starts yelling around. He's been on his door a better part of 10 minutes, yelling to anybody he thinks is sweet and that he can just take something from. He says and does something I've seen done several times while locked up. Comes back to the door. He says, so that's how we gonna do it. Y'all gonna make me turn up in this bit. Y'all gonna just make me go to cell and start searching cells until I find what I want. And if I find what I want and you said you ain't have it, I'm gonna just open here and slap the shit out you, dog you in the middle of the pod, dog you in the cell. I know how I get down. So how we gonna do this? Somebody gonna break me off? I gotta start going cell to cell. You got some real killers in there that ain't saying a word. That in my mind, I can guarantee you, I know where the Bama spot in the cell is. I can shake this bitch down 1,000 times and you're not gonna find that Bama with the knife in it. And I know for a fact while he was in there running his mouth, there's a couple different dudes I know that went right in that Bama, went ahead, pulled that knife out, said, well, she would come and said, try to take his life. That's what's gonna get taken. But he keeps making these threats. That's all right. When these doors pop, Trap gonna get what he need. Y'all don't want to play fair. That's why I got locked up in the streets. Dudes ain't want to play fair, so I got to take it. You got some scary dudes hiding the crack of the door. You ain't gonna take shit with your bitch ass yelling out stupid shit, right? They gonna get smoked up in here, Dude's just yelling shit, further amping this dude up to the point he's up there. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now he's got hype. In the midst of all this, he took his Celly's TV, sat it on the bottom. You see him walking around with his Celly's radio and his headphones on. Now Celly's walking the track, ain't got no radio. You tell us Celly's real uncomfortable, man. Dude is just a whole entire human piece of... I'm at the door watching everything because I know there's going to be some fun behind this. I know there's going to be some action, and I don't mean to say the word fun, but it's going to be entertaining. So I just watch everything. I'm watching certain dudes stand at the door. But you ain't bringing that shit to my cell. You not coming to my cell. You not taking nothing out of my cell. So you got trap cell, which is 24. Then you got 23. Then you got 22. Then there's a door that goes to the barber shop, laundry area, counselor's office, etc., etc. He's the third door from the end of the run. They come through. They do count clears. Now everybody's on the door. Hey, when y'all go open the doors? Pop the doors. Y'all said y'all was gonna open the doors. We are stir crazy. We've been in these cells for weeks now, ready to come out. Dudes are yelling, pop the door, pop the door. Nobody's yelling louder than Trap. Trap has his arm out the slot and he's slapping the door. Open the door. Boom, boom, boom. He's got his arm out this door and he's slamming. Boom, boom, boom. Slapping above the door to get the guard's attention. She pops the door. He comes out on complete bullshit. When I'm talking complete bullshit, all bullshit. Comes out standing on the rail with his bag. Got his orange commissary in his bag. Don't nobody want to break bread? Trap going to commissary today. Yeah, I'm eating off you bitches. Trap going to commissary today. You can break bread. I'm going to come in and take it. He goes down to cell 22 to start off. You got a white dude in there named Shorty and another dude named Flip. Hey, what's up, man? And they drank heavy coffee. When I mean heavy coffee, they stayed drinking. Shorty had the nastiest. The inside of his coffee cup was black. The coffee cup looked like a free pass to hepatitis. It was just disgusting to say the least. The boy always had coffee. Trap goes to the door. They ain't even open that door yet. He stand at the door. Hey, pop the door. Pop the door open. Hey, come on. Pop the door open. Little pig, let me in. He didn't say all that, but that's the energy. Pop the door, let me in, man. Open the door. The boys ain't about to get up and push that button and let your ass in the house. He stand there yelling, hey, what y'all got in here for me? Y'all got some coffee? Y'all got some coffee? I don't know what Shorty says, but he hands him a couple small items. Trap puts them in his bag, moves on to the next cell. And this is when things get bad. The boys have already come out the cell. They've gone down the staircase. You got Buffy the Bear and Cristal. Buffy the Bear. Buffy's like, I don't know if y'all remember, I told a story about Buffy the Bear. He was sitting at the table reading the HIV weekly magazine. Nose always ran. He used to get this medicine cup full of pills. He was all ate up with whatever he had going on. Cristal has rushed and got on the phone. We ain't talked to our families in weeks. Guys are going to beeline for that phone and then say, hey, let me get the phone after you. The phone line fills up real quick. Trap gets whatever he's going to get from Shorty and Flip. Flip was the GD dude I told you got caught messing with Shorty. It's a story. Go back and watch it. He walks up to Cristal and Buffy the Bear cell and just walks right into the cell. He doesn't stop, pause. Hey, where they at? Not going to ask no questions. Goes in the cell, goes to the locker, and starts digging. One of the other boys yells out, hey, Cristal, Trap in your cell? When I'm telling you, this book was completely judged wrong. I've been told. Listen now, I've been told Cristal could fight, right? I've been told. But seeing and believing is two different things. Did I believe he could fight? Yeah, a lot of people said he could fight. Had I seen him fight? No. When I'm telling you he does this sprint like a gazelle on two legs. They yell, Cristal, Trap is in your cell. And he turns and he looks up and he sees that big sumbitch in there rummaging. And you see his legs. Boom, boom, boom. He takes off across the pod, right? Hits the staircase. When you hit these stairs, you can hear him. Boom, boom. It makes a very loud noise if you stomp on the stairs going up. Trapper either overheard them loud ass stairs clanging, or he heard the actual, hey, Trap is in your cell. But he turns around, and I'm on the bottom, so you can see clearly into the cell. The moment Trap looks up to see what's going on, to try to figure out what's going on with this situation, is he coming? Is he going to do anything about it? I don't think he was really worried. I think it was more alert along the lines of, stay alert, stay alive. He looks up, Cristal, and he's still knee down, looking inside his locker. Cristal runs in there and catches him from the side. Boom! And I'm telling you, he rock Trap. I'm talking about like one of those punch drywalls, one of those I know this is about to hurt my fist type punches. He hits this dude. Boom! Extends with everything he got. Trap stands up, goes swing, and by now Cristal's like hit him 2-3 times. Boom, boom. Now the cells are small. If I can give you any advice when it comes to fighting in prison, try not to fight in the cell. There's not a whole lot of places you can move. You can slip, fall over the toilet. You can hit the counter. You can clip, fall back over the bed. It's just bad to fight in small, confined spaces, right? After Cristal pops him, bang, 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 good 2-3 times, this dude rises up, and he's visibly stronger. You can see that he's bigger. You can see that he's strong. He's a much more violent man. And he rises up. When he does, Cristal backs up out the cell. He comes out into the top tier. Now they're on the top tier, and you've got the rail. They go to fighting for a good 5-10 seconds. I mean, just no sooner they get to fighting, you start to see blood. It hit Cristal, broke the bridge of that nose. Now his nose is leaking, but they continue to rumble. They're in the middle of fighting. Cristal does this thing where he like throws an overhand left. Boom! Catches Trap. Trap stumbles back. Cristal turns and runs about 10 feet. Trap is on his ass. He stops, pivots off his right foot, spins. And Trap is dead on his heels behind him and catches him. Boom! You ever seen somebody's body try to keep running but their head stop? Where it's like, and then they flatline? Cristal hit Trap. He hit that big sumbitch. And I'm talking about, it's like his head stopped. Boom! And his body just kept going forward. And his feet, both at the same time, just slid forward and he fell back. Boom! If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to hear it, does it make a noise? Yes, it makes a noise. Because we could have been nowhere around and that shit made a hell of a noise. Trap falls. Bong! Hits his head on the floor. This is concrete. Understand when I say this. This is concrete. It's unforgiving. You cannot win. Head versus concrete. Concrete wins every single time. It is undefeated. He hits his head. It makes that crack noise, that smack noise of head versus rock. And you can see him try to lift his head, I guess, to try to muster up the strength after this severe concussion he just got, to try to push himself off. Cristal runs right beside him. Boom! Kicks him in the side of his face. Boom! Boom! All of this now is within a 30, 45 second window. It has not been long. Shit happens, it happens fast, and it goes down. He boots him 2-3 times in the face. Boom! He kicked him the third time. Trap tried to raise his arm up, like cover the side of his face. He was hurt. That floor messed him up. Them punches messed him up. I don't think the punches messed him up as much as that floor did. He puts his arm up to try to block his face. Cristal steps behind him where his head is, lifts his foot up and stomps it. Boom! Right into his face. Shit goes everywhere. At that point, Dave throws his arms. All right, you got it. He fucked him up when he a face stomp, a whole entire face stomp. Stop it. He fucked him up with that face stomp. Try to stomp his face to the floor, right? Could have killed him, to be honest. But, all right, you got it. He's defenseless. I don't even think his body would allow him to get up after he hit his head like that. I think he was just more like, where am I type, who was whooping my ass? Guards on the top tier next door. Guard in the booth is already called. Laundry door slides open. Boom. Now, this is only maybe 15 feet from where they're at. That guard comes running. Now, they're supposed to move in twos. They're never supposed to move on a violent situation, something like that, by themselves because of all the bad that can happen. That guard comes in. Everybody locked down. He stays at the door in case shit goes sideways. And get back here. Locked door. They trying to get me. Everybody locked down. He's steadily radioing. Sarge, I need you downstairs. Sergeant show up. We just came out the cell. We have been out the cell all of, 2 minutes. Trap made all these threats while in the cell, what he was going to do. You got all these gangsters, all these killers not really saying anything to him. Who would it be that took him out? Cristal. Ace of Spades himself. Crushed Trap right in the middle of the tier. Smashed him all the way up. They come in. They lock Cristal up, right? They get Trap up. He's got to go. He's got to get up out of it. It takes him a minute to get up. He gets up. He's holding on to the rail. He discombobulated with, bitch snug me. That's what he kept saying. Bitch snug me. Bitch snug me when I wasn't looking. Bitch snuck me. Are you saying snooky or snuck me? Bitch snooky. Bitch snuck me is what he kept saying, right? That bitch snuck me. That bitch snuck me. I ain't did that. That bitch snuck me. That's the only thing I found funny about the situation. The guards are out there doing what they're doing, right? They get Trap out of there. They get Cristal out of there. All of us are locked down again. You got a guard walking down the tier. I see Shorty at the door. Shorty goes, hey, CO, I dropped my commissary bag. Can you give me my commissary? Whatever Shorty had gave Trap, they handed back to Shorty. And just like that, Trap was gone. The last time I heard about Trap had been shipped to D.C. He finished up his bid here in Virginia, had like another 10, 15 years to do in D.C. So you know what? He might be home now. Cristal crushed Trap. Just like that, he went from being the predator to the prey. Watch him, man. Don't ever look at somebody and think because you're bigger than them, you can beat them. What do they say? It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. It's what it is with a lot of guys. It's usually that guy that you think you can whoop on because he's scared that'll hurt you. Told y'all this in the past. A scared person will hurt you. Even a rat will hurt you if you back it into a corner. A cat will hurt you if you back it into a corner. Thought he had something sweet with Cristal. Buffy should have been the one. Buffy was just Buffy the Bear. I figured he'd have been the one, but he's more docile. I hadn't seen Cristal do anything to anybody but be just cool while he was in there. He didn't hook up with dudes. It wasn't all doing what a lot of these boys was doing. He was respectful, minded his business, laughed and joked here and there, but he didn't disrespect nobody. We found out real quick he wasn't going to be disrespected. I used to love watching the bullies get their ass handed to them. They would victimize so many people time and time again. To where in the back of your mind, you've already said, man, if he comes over, I'm going to stab the shit out of him. But if you stab him, you don't get to go home. Now you don't get to see your kids, your wife, your mom, your dad. Stabbing him might be the difference between you getting home and seeing your mom still alive and her dying of old age or her passing away of old age or illness. You don't want to miss something like that because of this guy. But these are the type of guys that as soon as you see them, you've already put it in your mind, I might not be able to beat him, but I can't just be a victim. I'm going to have to fight. You watch him do this to that guy and this guy and that guy and this guy. I hope I don't have no beef with this dude, man. This dude's going to make me do something real terrible to him. Something I don't want to do, but it's something I got to do. Cristal, a.k.a. Chris, and I don't mean to make fun of his name, man. It's just what we were doing back then. That's how he carried it. I remember dudes being, oh, your name ain't no Cristal, you Chris. Stop playing with me. They would joke, but it's just a joke. Don't be so, why so serious? Cristal smashed that dude, man. Punished that dude. Now, you got to understand, there's some things that come with getting whooped by the boy, right? There's some things you got to understand that come with getting whooped by the boy, right? You're not supposed to lose a fight to the gun. You're not supposed to lose. I think that's one of the worst things you could do is either getting beat up by a chomo, and I'm not putting the boys and them in the same category, so don't do that. Don't put words in my mouth. But when it comes to losing a fight, losing one to a mo or losing one to a boy, because the boy's supposed to be like the female in the situation. So it's almost, even though we know that's not a girl, to the other inmates like, man, you got beat up by somebody that was sweet. You got beat up by the female. You got beat up by the big, like, you're not going to be able to walk around here like a bully no more. You got lumped up, kicked, stomped out, face planted like by a boy. If that don't check your ego, I don't know what will. Trap, the big boy bully, thought he was just going to take it. He lived up to what he said he was going to do. He damn sure started going cell to cell. Ironically enough, he ain't make it but the 2 cells before he got his whole shit cracked. Trap. Hope y'all enjoyed today's story just as much as I enjoyed telling it, as much as I always enjoy telling it. Also, I need y'all to go check me out on TikTok. How do you watch me on YouTube but not watch me on TikTok? I'm going to drop my TikTok. You go to TikTok, follow, send me a message saying I'm here from YouTube, and I promise you I'm going to follow you back. You follow, go to TikTok, follow me, leave me a message, and I promise you I'm going to follow you back. Once I get to a certain amount of subs on there, I'm going to really turn it up. Thank you for once again checking in to Jay Williams Let's Live Life. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that hype button. Turn the notifications on. Do all the things that make YouTube what it is. But anyways, these streets, these jails, these prisons, they're all just crazier worlds inside of an already crazy world we live in. And as always, y'all know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to keep y'all entertained. Are you not entertained? And like always, this is Jay Williams Let's Live Life. To all my real ones, and there are some real ones watching, because y'all still watching me. Man, y'all know how we do. Salute.
What I make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide.